Hello, everyone, and welcome to the Video Game Choo Choo podcast. We are officially on Star Watch 2018. The movie stars are coming out and about. We got a lot of coverage of movies this week because there are a bunch of video game movies happening for some fucking reason. Niall, you're on the scene. You're on the strip, the Hollywood strip.
Yeah,
What's going on?
I'm here outside the Chinese theater. All the stars are out tonight. Corey Feldman is here. He's playing Waluigi in the new movie.
Great.
Yeah. Who else is here? Sacha Baron Cohen is here. He's playing Kazuma Kiryu.
Kind of expected him to play Waluigi, but okay.
Yeah, it was a controversial decision, but I think the studio is really confident it's going to pay off. I'm not so sure, but you know, it's Hollywood, baby.
We'll see. Yeah, we'll see how it goes. Hollywood, folks. There are a bunch of updates about video game movies that I'm going to talk about right now because it's crazy.
Okay.
It's a lot. Listen, that Rampage movie made a lot of money from what I've seen. The Rock was like, "Oh, this movie isn't absolute dog shit. That's crazy." And then the official Doom Twitter was like, "Hey, knock it off. We had fun with making that movie with you. Don't be like that."
Yeah, he specifically called out Doom as being a shitty movie, and they were like, I think they just said Dwayne, like that was their response.
Dwayne?
Yeah.
Jeez. So in retaliation, I guess Bethesda immediately after seeing that tweet just wrote a script. Like immediately after that, within a week, they got a new Doom movie greenlit. At least that's how I understand it. That is absolutely not the case. I'm guessing that this was in the works for a while, but. Yeah, I guess there's going to be a new Doom movie?
I guess. I didn't even hear about this, but, you know.
Yeah, so the only person who talked about this was Nina Bergman. She confirmed that she's going to be in it. She just says that there's going to be a super cool director. And she's got a new record coming out. I don't fucking know anything about that shit, but...
Who's Nina Bergman?
I'm not just typing that into Google right now.
This is great. Yeah, we should both just be searching to find out who this person is.
It says here on IMDb she was in Sharknado 3, Oh Hell No, in the music department. Oh, I guess she just did the music.
Great. Yeah, I'm looking at her IMDb right now, and I have not seen any of these things. She was on The Tonight Show with Jay Leno for 63 episodes, so... Wow. I guess she was something on that. Yeah, whatever. Whoever she is, good luck.
Yeah,
Doom.
Good for her. I'm gonna guess she's probably gonna play that villain lady. I don't remember her name, like Olivia something?
Yes.
Because she looks like her, so I could see that.
Do you think this Doom movie is going to be, like, basically just hardcore Henry? Like, it's going to be a silent protagonist, first person, lots of people getting fucked up? Because I think that's the only way Doom can work, really, as a movie.
That would probably be the only way that it would be really fun.
Yeah. Like, because I don't want to see another Dwayne Johnson-led Doom movie. You know, like, I know he's probably not going to be in it, but like, I don't want to see them go after the same type of movie that they made the last time, because that was really bad.
I mean, if I'm guessing it's going to be based on the 2016 Doom,
yeah.
So
probably.
I'm guessing it's going to be just like, here's all this crazy shit going on. Here's this silent dude ripping people up. They need to have the big robot, I don't remember his name, but he needs to show up and just be like, I'm going to slap you 300 times, Doomslayer. I'm going to create a bunch of energy from sapping it through hell. And solar energy is for pussies. That's what's gonna happen.
Yeah, and then the Doomslayer is just gonna put his foot through something, and it's gonna ruin everything. So
he's gonna be like, I swear to God, stop knocking over all my stuff. I'm sick of it. That's exactly what he'll say. Anyway, yeah, if you need a cheap person to play the robot guy, I can do it. I'll just talk through like one of those robot voice things that you get at Walmart. I'll just get one of those, and then you can record that, and that'll be me. Star of stage and screen, John Wachowski as the robot guy from Doom, and that's it.
Are you gonna have time to do that? You know, you're busy working on the script for the Duke movie, so I mean,
I'm sure that I'll be able to handle that. You know, like there's plenty of actors who are also directors and writers.
Sure,
I can juggle that. I can absolutely juggle that. Speaking of people that are directing a lot of things, the guy who's directing Deadpool 2, David Leitch, is also going to be directing the Division movie. So Ubisoft's got a movie in the works as well.
Yeah, because that worked out real well with Assassin's Creed. That was a real hit.
And Prince of Persia.
Did they make a Far Cry movie as well? I want to say they made a Far Cry movie.
I think Uwe Boll made a Far Cry movie, if I remember correctly.
Let me see here. Again, great look for us to. Yes, Uwe Boll made a Far Cry movie 10 years ago.
Look, I'll be honest, like, just from one podcast person to another, when I'm listening to a podcast, I usually am happy when people take the time to just real quick look something up if they don't know. Because if I'm, like, driving somewhere and they say something that, like, they're not sure about, then I'm just like, fuck, I have no idea. And you're just pissed until you finally get to where you're going, and then you can Google it. For everyone's sake, for those of us who listen to podcasts driving, it's okay. Google it. You don't look bad. Just make sure that everyone knows, so nobody gets pissed while they're driving. That's my take.
Mm-hmm. Maybe we need more like visual bits on the podcast as well. That'll really make listeners happy.
Oh, absolutely, yeah. See here. Oh boy, I'm pulling up this incredibly detailed secret file. Oh, this is revealing all the secrets of the universe. But I wish everyone could see this. That's crazy. No way. She wouldn't do that, would she? Oh no. Sorry you can't see it, but that's crazy.
Wow.
Alright.
Good bit.
That's fucking crazy. Yeah, it's comedy, folks. Comedy! We're recording this on a day in the United States. It's the day that everyone makes a joke about simplifying your fractions because they're very funny and they're far funnier than we are.
Yeah.
1 to 5, that's what they say. It's like, haha, you get it. It's a joke.
Yeah.
No, it's the weed day, everyone. So I hope everyone goes out and enjoys responsibly if they're allowed to. If they're not, just don't get in trouble, I guess.
Mm-hmm. It's the weed day, so the podcast is being recorded by the only 2 people on the site who don't engage in weed, as far as I'm aware.
Yeah, basically. That's how it goes.
Yeah,
that's how it goes.
I guess.
We're followers of CM Punk over here.
Mm-hmm.
Except I eat like dog shit. I bet CM Punk would like slam me through a table if he was like, "You're going to McDonald's again?" And he just like fucking tosses me out a window. I'm like, all right.
No, I mean CM Punk has a fucking Pepsi tattoo. He's not allowed to give out about, somebody else's diet.
I have no fucking idea.
When you get a Pepsi logo tattooed on your shoulder, you don't have any room to talk shit. I'm actually holding a can of Pepsi now as well, so living the brand. Delicious.
There you go. Just some delicious sip.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, I don't drink any fucking soda anymore, so
You're smart. It's bad for you. It's bad. I don't know why I do it.
I felt better for a little while after I did it, but I still eat enough crap that like it's probably not doing anything much different. So you know.
Mm-hmm.
And I am trying to fix it, though. I made myself dinner tonight. I made some stir fry.
Nice.
It was pretty good.
Yeah, it looked really good.
It was very tasty, but then my brother, I guess, looked at it and then left it on the counter, and then one of my cats threw it on the floor, so...
Great.
I'm just gonna eat better when I move, I guess. Because you can't drop burgers when they're in the fucking wrapper, I guess.
Well, you kind of can, but, you know.
I mean, yeah, but it's a little more difficult,
sure.
I guess. Look, I'm just gonna... I'm gonna try my best, alright? Now, what's been going on with you? You've been not around for a few weeks, so we gotta catch up. What's going on?
Not a lot, honestly. I've been really busy with work and stuff, so
I hear that.
Haven't had that much time to play games, and when I have, I haven't really spent that much time playing, I suppose, heavier duty stuff. I played maybe 10 to 15 hours of Far Cry 5, and I did not enjoy that game very much. But other than that, it's mostly just been games that I could kind of dip in and out of real quick. A lot of multiplayer games and stuff like that, so, you know.
Absolutely. Yeah, I've been hearing that you've been dipping your toes in a few Battle Royale games.
I have. I really like Battle Royale games. I really like PUBG. I've been playing that since it came out. Not every day, but it's been kind of one of those games that it's okay, I have a half an hour free. I can play a round of PUBG or whatever.
Sure.
But yeah, I've also been going through some other stuff. I've been touching on Fortnite here and there, and I like Fortnite still, but I still prefer PUBG. But there was a bunch of other stuff that has been happening in Battle Royale circles recently. I think Michael talked about Radical Heights last week. He touched on that.
That sounds about right.
Yeah. That game is rough.
Yeah.
They launched that in extreme early access, and I kind of get why. I kind of get that they probably were aware that there's going to be roughly 7,500 of them revealed at E3 in a couple months, and they wanted to get out ahead of that. But that game is in no condition to be played. There's a lot of placeholder assets. There's no real sound effects. At this point, it's really bare bones, and it's already kind of on its way down. I haven't checked the numbers today, but I've been kind of keeping my eye on the player count for that game, and it's gone down from when it launched. It was at around 10 to 12,000 people playing it at once. The last time I checked, at some point yesterday, I think it was down to around 2,500. So, it's not doing super well already, and I can totally see why, because it's kind of it has some neat ideas, but I don't know that it is unique enough to stand on its own. It feels like it is very much Fortnite without the building, so it's Fortnite without the thing that makes Fortnite unique and cool and special. Yeah, I don't think that game is gonna succeed, really.
So here's my question.
Sure.
Do you think that Radical Heights and hell, even these other games not really succeeding, do you think that that's a symptom of them just not being very interesting, or do you think it's just because PUBG and Fortnite have just such a grip on the concept that all these other people trying to get in are just not going to be able to make it?
Yeah, I think it's a bit of both. I feel at this point you're gonna have if you want to get in on that space or on some kind of battle royale, you either kind of need to do what Activision seems to be doing and bolting it on to an already huge franchise like Call of Duty or something, or you need to make something that's so unique and so, like, you know, something that really adds to the formula in the way that Fortnite sort of built on PUBG by adding in the building and stuff. But yeah, like, anytime there's one of these big things in games, like we saw it with MOBAs, we saw it with, you know, hero shooters, there really is only room for 2, maybe 3 games, and the third is usually like almost an afterthought in itself. And we kind of already have that in Battle Royale, with PUBG and Fortnite being the big ones, and H1Z1 being also there and active enough to survive, but also, you know, like in the past few weeks, H1Z1 has gone free to play, and it's kept its numbers at a playable or respectable level. But like in the past few months alone, we've like had Hunt Showdown launched, which I actually thought was a really good game, but it's pretty much dead already. The Darwin Project, which is that game from E3 last year, that had the really bad Shoutcaster dude. That launched last month, and just today it went free to play, which doesn't like bode well for its future. And I actually played some Darwin Project today when it went free, and that game is only like I think it's a 10-person battle royale, and it still took me about 15 minutes to get into a game, and that's after going free to play, and that does not fill me with confidence for that game's future. So I think at this point, it's until such time as somebody comes along and finds the right balance of new stuff and approachability and presumably a free-to-play model, because at this point you kind of have to go free-to-play if you're going to even make a dent in this space. I think it's just going to be a PUBG and Fortnite and maybe H1Z1 space. Like, I think a lot of smaller companies are going to probably like bet the farm on their Battle Royale being huge in the same way we saw games like Gigantic or Lawbreakers or whatever come out for, you know, MOBAs and hero shooters. And I think a lot of people are going to lose a lot of money. Like, if I was working at Boss Key right now, I'd be polishing my resume already, like, and looking to get out of there, because Radical Heights is not looking like it's going to succeed. And it's a shame, because I would like a world in which there's room for more than 2 or 3 of those games. But, yeah, like, the best of the also-rans is Hunt Showdown, and it hasn't taken off at all, and that's a shame. So if that game, which is backed by Crytek and, you know, has money put into it, if that can't get a foothold, I don't think really anything is going to. And that sucks.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it's a really weird thing, but I guess that's what happens when something's successful and everyone tries to pile on it.
Yeah. I'm, you know, like, it is gonna be just a repeat of MOBAs and hero shooters. And it's probably it's gonna get much worse, especially because Paladins, which is like the free-to-play Overwatch that has done pretty well as the second big game in that space, is also launching a battle royale soon.
Oh boy!
And I feel like I heard at some point they were adding one to Dying Light, but I don't know if that's actually true.
That might have been an April Fool's joke, but who fucking knows at this point? There's going to be a lot of these that come out, and there's going to be a lot of them that do not catch on, and it's going to be dicey. Like, I would not recommend anybody buy one of these games at any point or spend any money on any of these games until you know it's going to stick. So, yeah, because it's going to be free to play real quick.
Yes, yeah. I mean, Darwin Project lasted a month before it went free to play, and it's still not.
Jeez.
So, yeah. But that game's not very good anyway, so it doesn't matter that much.
For sure. Alright, so, speaking of games getting, kind of driven from the general consciousness, do you remember that when Capcom launched their Puzzle Fighter mobile game?
Vaguely. Very vaguely.
Yeah, so I was only aware because I follow a lot of people in the fighting game community, and everyone was pretty immediately pissed at this game, because it looks like shit. It has some of the worst, art I've ever seen in a game. They're trying to look like chibi, like how the original Super Puzzle Fighter Turbo looked.
Mm-hmm.
But it didn't pull it off. Not at all. It looks real bad. So, luckily, I guess we're not gonna have to really look at it for too much longer. 'Cause it sounds like Capcom is shutting it down after 8 months.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's really fast, especially for something is a free-to-play game. They had, I guess you used currency to buy characters. I never played it, so I couldn't exactly tell you.
I remember hearing people saying that the free-to-play stuff was a little bit egregious in a bad way, so I never played it myself either, but, it's definitely a big surprise to shut down something that's adjacent to one of your biggest franchises so quickly.
Yeah, I would agree, but they seem to be they're claiming to do this for a reason. They're saying that they're shuttering the game because the dev team that was working on it, Capcom Vancouver, is going to be focusing on their original series, the one where they basically got their foot in the door. It's Dead Rising. So they're making a new Dead Rising, obviously, and they're turning this game off so they could just have all hands on deck for the next Dead Rising.
That's kind of surprising, honestly, because it seemed like Dead Rising 4 kind of came and went without a lot of fanfare. I didn't even know that game was out until I heard, I think it was Brad Shoemaker or somebody else saying, "Oh yeah, I'm playing that game," and that was kind of it as far as the time that game spent in the public consciousness, as far as I'm aware.
Yeah, and a lot of people did not like that game.
Yeah,
there was a large negative response to that game.
Yeah,
it was very much not something that people enjoyed.
Yeah, it sounded like it was sort of in the way that Dead Rising 3 stripped out a lot of stuff from the older games. It sounded like Dead Rising 4 went even further, to the point that it kind of was a Dead Rising game in name only, it felt like.
Mm-hmm.
Or something, a lot of the time mechanics or the crafting or something was different. I don't know exactly, I can't remember, it's been so long at this point. But, yeah, that game felt like it was just here, out now, and nobody cares. Yeah.
Mm. Well, I guess they're making another one. So, if you are in any way interested in checking out this game before it shuts down, they're going to cease selling any premium currency on the 23rd, which is the day after this comes out.
Mm-hmm.
So I guess by the time you hear this, it'll pretty much be shuttering down for the premium currency. But if you download the game, you get 10,000 gems, which is the currency. And then they also said that the future DLC characters, which I guess a good chunk of them are out. It was Regina from Dino Crisis, Dr. Wily from Mega Man, and Ada Wong from Resident Evil. I think Regina and Dr. Wily are already out, and Ada and these new stages called Darminor and the Ouroboros Laboratory stage. Those will be coming when the currency gets shut off. And if you want to play it, you can download it between now and July 1st. But they'll shut down the servers July 31st. So you can download it up until July 1st, and you could play it until July 31st. So, I don't know, if you feel like playing a puzzle game that's not gonna exist in a few months, here's your chance. I will also note real quick, I guess there was some sort of listing, like a rating, an age rating for a puzzle fighter title on home consoles, and it's not really clear if this was a port of this game, or maybe a new game, or maybe a port of a previous puzzle fighter, or maybe this is just completely scrapped now because they canceled this game. Like, who knows? But for now, I guess we could just say with any form of officiality that they are shutting down this puzzle fighter game. Alright, so yeah, I guess that's that for that mobile game. I mean, you know, some of us play other shitty mobile games.
Yeah? Like what?
I'm not one to judge. Like Fate Grand Order.
You know what? We should move on because I'm not having 20 minutes of Fate Grand Order again on this podcast.
They just started a new event.
Oh god. Oh, I regret saying anything. What's the new event?
You can. No, I'm not. I don't actually have to talk about it. It's okay. You can move on.
Okay, thank God.
I've barely played it yet, so just go ahead.
Oh god, that one time a couple months ago that you and Rose spent like a half an hour talking about that game, you might as well have been speaking Chinese because I did not understand a word of what you guys were saying.
That's how it is sometimes.
Yeah.
So Niall, if you've been playing another game, perhaps
I have. Spy Party came out, and that game is really fucking good.
Yeah, it's not early access anymore, correct?
It is still early access, but it is finally on Steam. I guess it was available like elsewhere before, and it's still kind of rough, but it's really, really good. I like it a lot.
Yes, that is good. So tell us a little bit about Spy Party.
Yeah,
let's just say we don't know too much about it.
So it's a 2-player online game, and basically it is sort of one player plays as a spy who is infiltrating a party and has to do certain tasks. Like you have to replace a statue, or you have to contact a double agent, or you have to bug an ambassador, and the other player is a sniper who is stationed outside looking in on the party, and it is your task as the sniper to basically identify the spy and shoot them before they get everything done. And you only have one bullet, so once you take your shot, that's kind of it. And you either win or you lose based on that. It's kind of like, I don't know if you remember the old Assassin's Creed multiplayer. It's that kind of thing where you're trying to blend in as an NPC if you're playing as the spy. Mm-hmm. And it's a lot of fun. That
does sound fun.
Yeah. I've only played...
Very simple,
yes,
but very, very fun, it sounds like, definitely.
Yeah, I've only played a couple of rounds of it so far, but like... Mm-hmm. It's sometimes you'll wind up playing with somebody and they'll be very obvious as to, mm-hmm. if you're the sniper, it'll be really obvious who the spy is because, this person keeps trying to go over to this one thing and keeps doing this thing. There's different tells, like you can highlight mm-hmm. and mark certain people at the party who you suspect, like when they contact the double agent, you hear them say banana bread to the double agent. So you can kind of look around and see, okay, who was in a conversation? Who was in a conversation with one of the suspected double agents? So there's an element of strategy there where you are trying to not only make it look like you're an NPC, but you're trying to watch what the other NPCs are doing if you're the spy so that you're not being really obvious about what you're doing. And you can't, there are different sections or sort of areas as the spy that you can go to that will trigger certain conversations or certain things. And if you stop outside one of those, you can very easily give yourself away as being the spy because you're standing somewhere just like in the middle of the floor doing nothing. Or, so it's very much this thing of like, you can add time because you're on a timer if you're the spy of, I think it's 5 minutes, but you can add time by checking your watch. But to check your watch, you got to go to the window. So you kind of have to go to a window maybe when 2 or 3 other NPCs are at windows so that you don't give it away because the sniper will see your time go up. So it's very much about thinking on your feet and watching everything that's going on around you. It's a lot of fun. As far as I know, it's only on Steam or only on PC so far. It is, I think, €20, $20, which isn't too bad, but it is pretty bare bones right now, but it is functional, and that's really all that matters. And there are people playing it, which is great. So yeah, that's it. That's a really good game. I like it a lot. I'm excited to see where else it has to go. The menu design is really rudimentary and basic right now, and the tutorial is like half done because only like half the actual missions are in there. But yeah, if that sounds like the kind of thing you might like, you should check it out because it's really good.
Sure. Wonderful. Thank you very much. So, I bought a game this past week in a very weird way.
Okay.
So, my parents went out of town this week, and I checked a Facebook page for people selling games, and some dude in my town was selling a copy of Bayonetta 2 for Switch for cheap, and this was at like midnight, and I just messaged him, and I was like, hey, can I just buy that off of you right now? And he said, okay. And so I did. So I bought Bayonetta 2 at midnight.
And how did that go?
Well, I'm not going to go into specifics, but it was a bit of a headache.
Okay.
Let's just say that someone was dishonest. Maybe everyone involved was a little dishonest. But I'm just going to say that I won in the end. And I like Bayonetta a lot. Hey, I gave Bayonetta 2 a 5 out of 5 on the site, and I stand by that. I'm playing through Bayonetta 1, but hey, guess what? Both of those games are really, really good, and if you have a Switch, you should absolutely buy them. Very fun games.
Yeah, I never played the first Bayonetta, but I played maybe a third of the second game, and yeah, it's not really my style of game, but you can tell it's a really good, well-made one of those, if that's what you like, so, yeah.
Oh, absolutely. Absolutely. But yeah, I would highly recommend you do not buy copies of games at midnight off of people on Facebook.
That you really shouldn't. Like,
you should be smart and always check your game codes before you pull away. Always check the codes. Bring your console with you if you can.
Well, I guess you could do that with a Switch. So
yes, you can. Yes. Niall, is there anything else? Perhaps some stupid shit that you want to talk about?
Some stupid shit. Yeah, there is.
That good content, right?
Well, you know what? Maybe I shouldn't say stupid shit because anytime you tend to say anything negative about what we're about to talk about, certain people on the internet get very mad. But let's talk about.
Hey, look, I'm gonna be honest. We're gonna talk about Shenmue here.
Yeah.
I think even if you like Shenmue, it's a little stupid.
It is. It hasn't aged well. Like, look, I get it. It had some ideas 20 years ago, but
it's goofy.
It's goofy. It is. And, you know, sailors and Tom and his hot dogs and, you know, Forklift.
Absolutely.
Shenmue. Yes, Shenmue is, I guess, being remastered. The first two Shenmue games. They're coming out at some point this year as a package, presumably before Shenmue 3 comes out and is the greatest game of all time. As far as I know, it's coming out on everything. Well, not everything. On PC, PS4, and Xbox, I believe it's coming out on. They have modernized controls now, which is nice because apparently Shenmue does not play very well. Yeah, Shenmue, you can do whatever you do in Shenmue. Again, you can see Dylan, you can see that weird, like, Gollum man from the first game, I forget his name. Shenmue.
That's true. You can see Doolin and he'll be like, ugh!
Yeah, I think they are keeping in the translation as far as I know, so, that's the important thing.
Absolutely.
Have you ever played Shenmue, John?
I mean, no. I've played a bunch of Yakuza games, and those just seem like Shenmue the New Generation, from what I've heard. So
yeah, it's a lot of the people who made Shenmue worked on the first Yakuza games. And Yakuza, like, you can see the DNA of Shenmue in Yakuza, but Yakuza is actually good. I'm sorry, Shenmue people, don't attack me. I'm sorry, but yeah, I'm looking forward.
Direct all your anger to John. You can do that.
Yeah, please. I'm looking forward to, like, finally actually playing Shenmue as opposed to just watching people play Shenmue. Because like the Giant Bomb guys did play through of that first game 2 years ago, I want to say, and that was, as somebody who only ever heard of Shenmue as the forklift game, like, seeing what it actually was kind of like, oh, like, I could see why it was well liked by people and considered weirdly revolutionary when it came out, but boy, that game has some issues.
Mm-hmm.
John, let's do a Shenmue LP.
Okay.
Okay, good. That's happening.
Alright, let's do it.
Alright.
I will gladly do this. No shit. So, speaking of games that maybe shouldn't have come back, but honestly, this one should have definitely not come back. Shenmue, I can understand. Night Trap, on the other hand, nah. Keep Night Trap in the past.
It's so good, though. It's got such a good song.
It does have a good song.
It's got Dana Plato.
Dana Plato, rest in peace.
Rest in peace, R.I.P., one of the greats.
One of the greats.
Yeah.
So the news here, like, we already knew that Night Trap came back. That was put out on, I think, PS4 and Steam.
Yes.
But something kind of crazy happened. If you recall, during those ancient, the fucking court, or not the court, the Senate hearing that occurred when Joe Lieberman went after games in the U.S. Senate about how there's so much violence and sexual awfulness in games, and kids are gonna get all this stuff, and they're gonna get ruined for life. Well, one of the things that happened during that Senate hearing was the Nintendo representative straight up said, a game like Night Trap, or specifically Night Trap, will never come to a Nintendo system. And sure enough, 25 years later,
it's happening.
They are actually porting Night Trap to the Switch.
Night Trap is not a good game. I bought it last year when it came out on Steam, and it's rough.
Yeah. I mean, it's kind of interesting to see that, hey, Howard Lincoln was swearing up and down, oh no, Night Trap is so evil, there's no way. But the Nintendo of today is very different from that Nintendo back then, and I mean, the world is very different than the world back then. I mean, Bayonetta is is not only on the Switch, but Nintendo basically owns the rights to Bayonetta, and she's the sexy fighting witch that kills everybody and walks around all sexily. Night Trap is friggin' peanuts compared to that. The difference between those two games, though, is that Bayonetta is fun, and Night Trap is most certainly not. So, it's as someone who is interested in gaming history, this is interesting. As a person who likes good video games, I don't give a flying fuck.
Yeah. You don't need to play Night Trap. You don't need to buy Night Trap. You just listen to the song, go on YouTube, watch the video of the girls singing it, and maybe watch I think it exists on YouTube, like a compilation of all the deaths that you can, like all the traps. Like that's all you need. That game doesn't even tell you how to play it when you buy it. It's so bad. It's terrible.
Absolutely not. It's not worth it. Niall, is there actually, before, I will just say, it's going to be digitally released.
Yes.
And then Limited Run is doing a limited run for the physical release. So, I guess if you're irony enough, or if you are, again, really into history, honestly, if you're really into game history, just get the Sega CD version. Do yourself a favor and just get the if you're gonna show that off, get the original version. Do yourself a favor and get that. It looks nicer,
Nobody in history has ever said, "Do yourself a favor and buy Night Trap on Sega CD."
I mean, comparatively.
Yeah, but still.
Comparatively, instead of buying it on Switch. Anyway, Niall, is there anything else that you want to talk about before we move on to questions?
There is. I just remembered.
Okay.
So, the big controversy of the last year and a half, loot boxes. We have another step taken towards being rid of this curse once and for all. So people were aware, I guess, that towards the end of last year, various countries in Europe started looking into loot boxes: Belgium, the Netherlands, and Sweden. I think some others. But today, the Netherlands basically found that loot boxes in certain cases violate laws against gambling. So basically, they examined 10 games and found 4 of them to be illegal, basically, and those games were FIFA, Dota, PUBG, and Rocket League. And I guess what seems to be the thing that's separate or specifically making those games illegal under Dutch law is that you can trade what you get for market value. Even if it's not for real money, like in FIFA or whatever. So those games, and I would assume games like it, basically have until the end of June to change how loot boxes are designed in their games before they are basically enforced. And now that this is happening in the Netherlands, it more or less means that it's only a matter of time until that spreads across the European Union. And once that happens, I'm pretty sure
that'll be the end.
Be the end of it. We've already seen Activision, not Activision. Warner Brothers just removed loot boxes from Shadow of War last week. And after they removed those, EA came out and said, listen, we're not going to fuck up again like we did with Battlefront. So it looks like the big publishers are getting scared away from this. I forget who the developer of Paladins are, but they recently removed loot boxes. So it looks like at this point, developers realized that it's not worth it at this point. So yeah, hopefully this is the next step towards the end of gambling mechanics in games. So
Mm-hmm.
The sooner the better.
Well, that is a good step. I do hope that games become less and less gambling riddled.
And yeah, I mean...
That would be lovely.
And I mean, you do play gacha, so, you know...
I do, and I will be honest, I don't interact with any of the paid stuff. I just use what they give me for free, but I definitely know that there are tons of people that spend a bunch of money on those games, and they absolutely should not. And it's really, really shitty how manipulative those games can be.
Yeah.
I do not condone it.
I mean, Blizzard literally has psychiatrists on staff to, engineer loot boxes in such a way that they'll get the max out of people, so,
It's not good.
The sooner the better. Fuck loot boxes.
Yep. And fuck the gacha.
Yes. I mean, they're the same thing, basically.
Yeah. Alright, we're moving on to questions.
Alright.
If you want to send in questions, please feel free to do so. The easiest way to do it is to go to videogamechoochoo.tumblr.com/ask. Or, if you like to send emails, you can go to podcast@videogamechoochoo.com. That's the email address that you can send questions to. Here's some stuff from our Tumblr, though. An anonymous Tumblr user says, "Why is it called Silent Hill when it's got a lot of scary sounds, and it's not silent at all? Help!"
Because the quieter it is, then when there is a sound, it's spookier, and it's spooky game.
I mean, are the hills making the noise?
I mean, no, the hills don't make noise, but they do have eyes.
Yeah, I mean, they're quiet though, so the hills are silent. It's everything else that's so noisy.
That's true, yeah.
It's not called Silent Town. It's not called Silent People. It's not called Silent Pyramid Monsters. It's called Silent Hill.
Silent Pyramid Head.
I mean, I don't know. I haven't played any of those games. I don't know if he he probably just makes gurgling noises and shit.
He kind of he makes noise. He's a loud boy.
Okay.
It's been a while since they've made one of those games.
Well, I'm sure they will, and it probably won't be great.
Yeah. I mean, I guess, PT kind of falling by the wayside, but still, a traditional Silent Hill game, I would like some good horror games. It's been a while since we had Detention and Resident Evil. We need some more.
Mm-hmm. Sure. Century Punk asks, if you were in a Persona or Tokyo Xanadu type game and had to wear a school uniform into a dungeon, what flair would you give yourself for personality? Hoodie over the blazer? Gym clothes? An elite uniform? So, like how in Persona, everyone's technically wearing their school uniforms. If they do something to it make it look cool. What would you do, Niall?
Okay, so I had to actually wear a school uniform my whole life when I was in school, because I went to fucking Catholic school. Yeah, what would I do to change it? I would probably just wear, my hoodie over it, instead of, or, kind of like Chie does, I guess, in Persona 4. Just, have my jacket or hoodie on over it, because there isn't an awful lot you can add to a school uniform, they're kind of by nature drab and limiting.
For sure. I mean, I've always been a jacket person, so I would probably wear a jacket, like an open jacket, something like that. That would be what I do. Also, from Century Punk, because we are recording on 420, so we have a few weed questions in here.
Of course.
What would Kiryu do if he found out that Haruko was smoking weed?
I think he would sit her down and have a very mature conversation about being responsible. I don't think he would be like, you're not allowed to smoke weed. I think he would be like, listen, if you're gonna smoke weed, do it in your bedroom, keep the window open, don't bother people, don't...
Absolutely.
I think Kiryu is, he's already the cool dad in a lot of ways. And I think he understands that, Haruka has some problems and, she needs to relax sometimes. I think he would just make sure that, she doesn't use it as a crutch. She doesn't treat it irresponsibly. She doesn't do things she shouldn't be doing, like driving a car,
Absolutely.
I think that's what Kiryu
and Haruka has proven herself to be pretty responsible at times. I mean, she gets caught up in some shit, and Kiryu definitely needs to help. But I don't think she's stupid. I think she would know. She would have a good head on her shoulders, and she would be receptive to that. Absolutely. We got a question from the Mighty Mighty Boss Stones, who asks, "What are some of your favorite references to recreational drugs or inebriants in video games?" That's a hard question because usually it's pretty stupid.
Yeah, I don't really know. I like that, like in the Persona games, you can just get Soma pills. And they're like they heal like all your HP and SP. I like that. That's a good like weird thing. Yeah, I don't really know what else because it's
usually because usually with games it's just like look at that, that's crazy. I would say maybe the best one that I can think of, and again it is pretty stupid, but it's at least pretty fun, would be in Far Cry 3, where you have the flamethrower and you're burning up all the weed farms while Skrillex is playing. That's pretty good.
Yeah. I think there's a mission like that as well in Far Cry 5. I didn't get that far, but I'm pretty sure I heard someone say... Because there is a drug in that game that the cult uses on you. I'm pretty sure there is a mission where you burn down fields of whatever that drug is called. Bliss or whatever.
Great.
So, yeah.
Yeah. I didn't know they're doing that again! Yay!
Oh, Far Cry 5 loves to trot out all the hits from the Far Cry series over and over again. If you want to be captured literally like 8 times in the course of a game, play Far Cry 5.
This question from Anonymous is just a woo! Spy Party is out.
It is, and it's really good.
There you go, thanks. Horror Errors asks... again, weed question. What was your first drug/weed experience, if any? I mean, I've never partaken, but I will say that for the longest time, it made me so anxious that being around it made me freak the fuck out. So, not great, I guess.
Yeah, I got forced to do it once, and I spent the entire time paranoid that I was going to get arrested, and I hated it, and it was terrible. And never did it again.
Alright, well, I guess that's not exactly the most exciting answer, but
nope.
you got us two on this week. Sorry! And then also from Horror Errors, they ask, you think Duke Nukem would vape?
No.
Duke Nukem would vape the fuck constantly. Like, I mean, he would, like, because he smokes cigars, but it's like, I feel like he would definitely love vaping, because he could be like, oh, I can just blow smoke out, and it would obscure me from the alien bastards. Alright.
What flavor e-liquid do you think Duke Nukem likes to vape?
He probably just gets something that doesn't really taste like anything, but it's called, like horsepower or something like that.
Okay,
like,
so...
that's really cool.
So I put Duke Nukem vape into a search engine here, and apparently there is a strain of weed called Duke Nukem.
Great.
Happy
420, everybody.
Duke Nukem has plenty of sweet flavors and an amazing hybrid mix to create a perfect dab. Duke Nukem is an amazing daytime cure for stress and anxiety.
Go ahead, partake, baby.
Duke Nukem does not smoke weed because it slows down his reactions, and then he can't kill alien bastards.
That's true. Shulis asks, who's the best son/daughter in video games?
I'm tempted to say Siri, but I think that's the easy answer.
Oh. Yeah.
Haruka's really good from Yakuza. I like Haruka a lot. She's a great character.
Yeah, Haruka's absolutely up there.
Aloy technically was pretty good. She was technically a daughter figure, but only for the start of that game, I guess.
Yeah. I mean, if we're gonna talk, like, if you include, like, father figures...
Yeah.
In a sense, Luke from Professor Layton is really great. Like, even though it's not actually Layton's son, like, he kind of basically is.
You know who I'm gonna say is the best, not only the best father-son pair, but the best grandfather-son-grandson pair is Heihachi, Kazuya, and Jin from Tekken.
Oh, hell yeah.
That's a great family right there. Very loving. Just a beautiful story of family. And volcanoes.
Absolutely, and their mom has a tiger.
And
then Akuma shows up.
Yeah, and Jin's mom gets killed for some reason or something, and somebody becomes the devil, and it's...
I'm pretty sure everyone in that family has been the devil at some point.
I don't think Heihachi has. Oh, and there was
a fucking dumbass.
There was also Jinpachi in Tekken 5?
He was definitely the devil at some point.
Yeah.
Alright.
I love the Mishimas.
Absolutely. Alright, we got one more question. Again, if you want to send us a question, go ahead and go to videogamechoochoo.tumblr.com/ask or podcast@videogamechoochoo.com. It's the email, podcast questions. And our last question is from Michael. Who says, howdy partners. I've been feeling more anxious than usual lately with no clear reason why. When you're feeling anxious, what is your go-to activity or game to relax and calm down? Well,
I would say as far as games go, I find games like Steep or Everybody's Golf or Desert Golfing or even like Skate or Tony Hawk, that kind of like sports game, I find very relaxing. You know, something that doesn't really have any, like set goals or anything that you can just kind of fuck around in, and it's very low pressure. Yeah, I would say that's kind of my de-stress kind of game. Just something light and easy and that you can kind of get in and out without stressing about.
Yeah, it's all about just keeping it chill. Find something nice and simple to do. And don't worry too much about what you're doing in the moment. Just focus on losing yourself in that environment. Like something like a sim game, like a Sim City.
Also good.
Or Civ or something like that, as long as you're not playing on like a hard difficulty.
SimCity would be a really good one, actually. Like SimCity 2000 would be a really good one for just de-stressing.
Give yourself a nice easy goal, mess around a little bit, and once you reach it, flood the city. It's okay.
Yeah.
That's all you gotta do. Folks, that will do it for this week. I'd like to remind everybody that we have our Patreon. We are getting dangerously close to having to actually do things for the Patreon.
And we have some ideas. Some really good ideas.
We have some very good ideas for what we're going to do for the Patreon. I am legitimately looking forward to it. So please, donate as much or as little as you can. And if you can't, or even if you can, whatever you want to do, spread it around. Our Patreon is patreon.com/VGCC, which I am still really surprised that we got that. That is crazy. And if you want to hang out with us online, we have plenty of social media that you can follow. Our Twitter account is twitter.com/VGChooChoo. Our Tumblr account is videogamechoochoo.tumblr.com. We have a Discord server at thegamezone.zone. If you type that into your web browser, that'll bring you straight to it. We have plenty of fun activities all the time there. You can even yell at me in a public room if you want. It depends on what you yell at me for. Maybe I'll just be like, yeah, you're right. Or maybe I'll ban you. Find out by joining the server.
God.
I'd also like to thank Melt Channel for the use of our theme song, Crush, off of their album Magic is Real. If you want to hear more songs by them, feel free to go to meltchannel.bandcamp.com and tell them I sent you, because then they'll be like, ooh, thank you very much for John for sending these lovely people over to our website to download our music. They got lots of good songs on there. And we'll see you next week with another episode of the Video Game Choo Choo podcast.
See ya.
Good night.